Newcastle United 3 Birmingham City 1, Matt Ritchie keeps FA Cup hopes on course after setting up fourth-round tie with Oxford. In recent years the month of January has usually coincides with Newcastle finding their road to Wembley blocked, largely down to their own self-disinterest, but after a decade of knockout neglect under Mike Ashley, they finally appear to be showing signs of paying the cup competitions the respect they deserve. Since the Sports Direct billionaire took over at St James Park in 2007, Newcastle have not progressed beyond the fourth round, and it was more than 12 months before that when they last featured in a tie beyond the first month of the year. However, after sealing a trip to Oxford in the last 32, that woeful record could be about to change as they eased past their championship rivals Birmingham courtesy of the first of Matt Ritchie's brace, added to by Yoan Gouffran's sixth goal of the season before the break, Jonjo Shelvey pulling the strings on his return from an enforced month off. Gianfranco's Ola was part of the Chelsea side to beat Newcastle and the FA Cup semi-final 17 years ago en route to lifting the trophy for the second time in his distinguished career. However, the Italian continues struggle since controversially replacing Gary Rowett last month, and despite David Cotterill having the deficit from close range after a Lucas Jutkiewicz knockdown with 20 minutes left, this was a seventh game without a win at the outset of his reign as the Blues were beaten on Tyneside for the second time in little over 5 weeks. Newcastle shaved it by 2 as the sides combined to make 14 changes for third-round replay. Rafa Benitez gave handed debuts to Yassine Ben el-mhanni, a London-born former non-league winger who has acted as a body double for Cristiano Ronaldo and named Scotland under-21 centre-back Stuart Findlay, and Daniel Barlaser, the Tynesider on his 20th birthday operating behind lone forward Yoan Gouffran. Gouffran played a significant role as Newcastle took a 9th-minute lead, goalkeeper Adam Legzdins escaping with a caution for bringing the Frenchman down in the area as he raced onto a perfectly weighted through ball from Jonjo Shelvey, who skippered aside on his return from a 5-game suspension. Matt Ritchie stepped up to confidently put the spot kick down the middle to give Benitez's side an ideal start with his 7th goal of the campaign. Viv Solomon Ataber and David Cotterill both went close with speculative efforts as Birmingham attempted to recover, but Newcastle were soon back on the front foot as Shelvey forced Legzdins into a hurried save down to his right after unleashing a sweetly struck 30-yard effort which was destined for the bottom corner. Cotterill sent a long-range free kick into the side netting with keeper Matt Ritchie struggling to cover as the visitors came more into the contest, but attacked it only to sting the Geordies into action. Gouffran's deft flick from Akraf Lazar's inviting centre bouncing back off the post with Legzdins beaten. City failed to heed the warning and on his 100th start for the club, Gouffran gave Newcastle some breathing space with second goal in the 34th minute, flicking the ball over his shoulder from Shelvey's free kick into the box, before finding the bottom corner with an emphatic first-time finish. Ritchie almost made it 3 before the break, when his angled drive struck the upright. In front of a crowd of almost 35,000, Birmingham enjoyed more of the ball after the break as Newcastle sat back, though they remain a threat on the counter-attack, and only fine saves from Legzdins prevented Ritchie and Lazar from further embellishing the margin of victory until Cotterill's soundly struck effort led to a nervy finale, with influential substitute Jutkiewicz cutting narrowly over from Cotterill's free kick and Birmingham's ultimately unsuccessful attempts to take the tie into an added 30 minutes, Ritchie making sure of the result in stoppage time as he bundled home Shelvey's cross from close range.